Hello, my name is Grant Kramer and I'm Professor Emeritus at the University of Nevada, Reno. Today I'm starting a new series on grape varietals, and today we will start with a description of Chardonnay grapes.
Chardonnay is a white wine made from white grapes. It's white because it's lacking in anthocyanins, the pigments that make a grape red. Chardonnay comes from France. It originated there as a natural cross between Gouais Blanc and Pinot Noir. Pinot Noir is a noble grape, it's a red grape, and Gouais Blanc was a white grape. To the surprise of everyone, it was genetically confirmed that Gouais Blanc was the parent, which was thought to be an inferior grape. This fact was shocking to most people because it was thought that both parents were coming from noble or high-quality grapes. There are many synonyms for Chardonnay: Chablis, Gamay Blanc, Melon Blanc, Pinot Chardonnay, etc. And it's one of the most popular grapes grown around the world. It likes a cool climate, as seen over here on the right-hand side. There are a number of different grape varieties here, all having optimum growth in different temperature regimes. And Chardonnay is one of the cooler climate grapes and can grow down in the cool regions down to 13 to 15 degrees, as well as up into the 17 to 19 degrees centigrade temperatures. So a cool climate produces fruity flavors of green apple, pear, and citrus. Warmer climates produce more tropical fruit and honey flavors. If you have too warm of a climate, then the fruit will be lacking in any varietal characters at all. Chardonnay grapes are vigorous vines. Their leaves are slightly lobed with very shallow sinuses and moderately serrated margins. The clusters are relatively small and sometimes winged. They produce yellow berries that are small, round, and thin-skinned. It is a high-yielding variety, but when high yields are produced, the quality suffers. It likes chalky soils. It's grown in a vertical shoot positioning system generally, which opens the canopy and exposes the fruit to light and air, which helps the quality of the grapes. It's an early bud break and an early ripening varietal. It's very susceptible, or more susceptible than other Vitis vinifera varieties, to powdery mildew in our area in northern Nevada. We don't suffer from downy mildew or botrytis because we are in a dry climate. So powdery mildew is the only mildew that we have, or disease problem that we currently have in northern Nevada. At our Valley Road field station in Reno, Nevada, our typical season is from April to mid-September, approximately 130 days from bud break to fruit harvest. We generally harvest our grapes around 23 to 24 bricks. We get a slightly higher bricks with our drought-stressed grapes, moderately drought-stressed grapes, as compared to our well-watered grapes. The titratable acidity comes in around 5.5 to 7 depending on the year. Spring frost is our major limitation, since bud break is one of the earliest of the varieties that we have tested. And this is an example of that. Here was a year in which Chardonnay was the only one to break bud, and not all the buds had broken at this point, just a few, and the ones that you see dead here were the ones that had already broken. They were frosted. Buds lower down that had not broken yet broke a few days later and were not injured to the frost because they were in their dormant bud state. So Chardonnay produces light and crisp wines. They are the main grape that's made in the Champagne and Chablis regions in France. It marries very well with oak. Malolactic fermentation is often used to add complexity and body to the wine. Sometimes the wines are made in the barrel, in the oak barrel, with a malolactic fermentation, and this produces even an extra richness to the wine. Malolactic fermentation also contributes that buttery character that you would taste in wines. And often people don't want all or nothing, so they will blend two different wines. One's made in a stainless steel tank without malolactic fermentation, and one that has been completely finished with a malolactic fermentation, and blend them to get the particular character that they'd like. Some of the fruit flavor descriptions, depending on the climate and area and age of the wine, are green apple, tropical fruit, honey, citrus, pineapple, peach, buttery, and butterscotch. The oak can add other characters to it, such as caramel, spice, smoke, cream, clove, cinnamon, coconut, and vanilla. The grapes are responsive to moderate water deficit and produce more fruity aromas, and we have evidence of this in two ways. One was by gas chromatography mass spectrometry, where we measured the aromas coming off of the wine and identified the compounds that were increased or decreased, and we found that several of the peaks that came off were related to fruit flowery aromas. And this was confirmed by blind taste tests with our local community over a period of 2 years. 9 out of 10 people preferred the wines that were made from the moderately drought-stressed grapes. In summary, Chardonnay produces high-quality grapes and makes good wines in northern Nevada. Its early ripening allows it to avoid frosts in the fall. However, its early bud break makes it more susceptible to spring frosts, and it is more susceptible to powdery mildew.
Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you found this video useful, as there will be more videos in the future on different varieties that we have used in northern Nevada. Have a great day.